Hello, welcome to my series about all Chopin's music. Today we continue our journey through his Sonata in B flat minor. Today, movement 2, Scherzo. It's funny because last week I was so proud that I finished the next genre which Chopin composed, a Scherzo. Because I did my video about Scherzo number 4, and I was so happy that I finished with scherzos, and today another scherzo. But of course this scherzo is not the piece itself. This is inside the sonata. So this scherzo by understanding the scherzo we have to consider what was before and what will happen after. Before was the movement number 1. If you watched my video, you know, extremely dramatic, heavy, full of power, and not really Chopin-like music. Very aggressive music. And the scherzo, which from its title should be a joke, in fact is not a joke at all. And Chopin continues with the drama, which is something unusual, because after such a long and heavy first movement, maybe it would be better to relax a little bit, but no. But why is he doing this? He's doing this because he knows that the next movement will be a funeral march. So there is no mercy here. There must be death. So if anything is alive after first movement, it must be destroyed in the second movement. That's the philosophy. But anyway, let's listen to this a little bit of this scherzo and analyze it. Like all the scherzos, also this scherzo has a construction ABA, where B is called a trio from the tradition. So, how does it sound? This is part A in its entirety. If you listened carefully enough, or if you know the piece, you know that the construction of it is a kind of ABA. So quite simple, we can say. But it's what kind of character we have. It's very scary, very powerful, very, very, very dramatic. The first theme is built from very short motifs, which actually are kind of fighting with each other. The first motif, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, consists of 5 notes. Why 5 notes? Ta-tam, ta-ta-tam. 5 notes in the first theme of the first movement. 5 notes in the first theme of the second movement. Yes, it is not a coincidence. Chopin continues with uniting the whole piece using kind of the same motifs. So just what Beethoven was doing in his music. The answer for this is very desperate chords. But these chords are cut. And then again. And again. And then this motif of 5 notes 1 and is being repeated. Suddenly we have like a bell. And at the bottom the melody, which is important, a kind of cello double bass melody which tries to calm down everybody. So it's saying, please, it's enough to we can't fight all the time. Let's calm down, let's sit and talk. But it didn't succeed because again we have the fight, and the fight ends with a total drama. 5 notes. Ta 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 tam. This is good to remember, this motif, because this motif will always end something. Here it ends part A and opens part B of the first part of the Scherzo. Part B of the Scherzo is very interesting because here we have a kind of something like the music tries to reach the sky. First time, then the second time. And then the third time. When we finally reached the point that we wanted to be, suddenly we start to dance. There is a kind of dance of death. Listen. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but for me it's so dancing. And after this dancing we have a very evil laughter. Like a devil is laughing. And then again the cello double bass is saying, please calm down, calm down, calm down, like some very old man. And then we arrive again to the beginning, to part A. So now I play for you the whole part B again. So we are trying to reach some point 3 times. When we reach it, we are dancing, the dance of death. And after that, the death is laughing. Oh, 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 oh. Then everything calms down and we are back at the beginning. The 5 notes, silence, and then we immediately are in the trio. this is the beautiful trio, beautiful melody. And you know what? Now a little bit of my personal subjective point of view. I mean, everything here is subjective, but this is very especially. Every time I play it, or I think about it, I always have the impression that it's like Chopin who is sorry. Who is sorry, who is saying for us, I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. I don't want to compose such an aggressive, awful, dramatic music that makes you feel bad. I really would love to compose beautiful melodies like this. But I can't. I can't because I don't feel like it. My life is a disaster. So with this impression I always play this melody, which in fact it's a kind of dialogue. And it has a very interesting construction because it's not a very long, beautiful line melody. It is a melody that is stopped and waits for the answer. We can say a typical dialogue when one person says something and then listen to the other person to answer. Let's listen. The first person is saying something. And then listen to another, and another person answers. Again. An answer. Now finally the first person will have a longer speech. And again listen to the answer. And the beginning. Something and ends. And now the next part B of the trio start, where we have continuation of this beautiful dialogue, but now they sing together. The left hand has a continuation of what had before this. This is also a little similar to this cello double bass part from the first part. And it sounds like this. Like cello. So very beautiful moment when the left hand has very important message. And the right hand is singing the melody at the same time. I hope you can hear the dialogue. You can decide which theme you want to listen. If you want to listen to the left hand or the right hand. Or both. us to the beginning. Then Chopin asks us to repeat again this dialogue, and again the part A, and then is preparing us for the beginning of the Scherzo. So we have to go back from this dream to a scary reality. He doesn't need a lot of time, maybe 5 seconds, to just like that we are back. And then, when everything brings us to the drama and we are almost sure that the Scherzo will finish with a huge disaster, it will not. Listen to this. And this is the end of the Scherzo. Sforzando, so dying. Everything is dying. So Chopin ends this Scherzo with a dialogue. What is really dying in this Scherzo is a dialogue. This is symbolic. This is the dialogue maybe between Chopin and Maria Wodzinska, his dream bride. He was engaged to her and everything just died and was destroyed. At the end of the Scherzo, this dialogue is dying. It's not usual, it's not normal. The Scherzo should not end with the trio. This is dying. And then we have the funeral march. So it's very deep and very mysterious as well, but definitely a very special piece of music. Thank you for watching and see you soon in my video about the next movement of this beautiful sonata, the funeral march. Bye bye.